now for another edition of Coach's Corners, head coach of the EHL Knights, and that's Josh Fusco. And Coach, you guys coming out of the Christmas break looking pretty good. You're coming in on a 3-game winning streak as you get things going this weekend against the Philadelphia Junior Flyers. But let's start with the action right before the break. You had the December EHL Showcase. You go up and you get 2 wins. You've had 3 in a row now. You go and beat 2 good teams, and the Wolves and the Avalanche. What worked? What worked for your guys?
The hard work. I mean, it pays off after a while, you know. So, you know what? It's the little things. We hammered hard on getting the puck to the net and getting the puck, on the goalie's pads, on his feet. F1 driving hard with the puck, and just making sure that we're getting those second, third opportunities. And it was just it was a three zone effort. I mean, we played 200-foot hockey. Everybody all across the board was going and playing well, and we didn't have too many breakdowns in that game. So, the penalties, and it was kind of a little scary there at the end of that game. But it was one of those games where I think the boys were kind of chomping at the bit to play them again. And we're doing a pretty good job of, like with the Rough Riders, even series up that we were down. So it was another opportunity, and I tell the boys right now, like coming in the break, on that 3-game stretch there, and then. Beating the Avs, I think, is a chip in our pocket here for the last 18 games. So, it was that mentality going in, and you can tell, like, the boys were feeling it, and they were buzzing. They played good hockey. That was a good hockey game.
Speaking with 2 of your players earlier today, Alex Morawski and Tyler Watungwa, and they're echoing a lot of the same sentiment, and that this is a team that in the last month, especially, for Tyler's case, that's all he's been here for. But Alex echoed it too. Is that it's a team that's really stepping into the mindset of team as opposed to individual. Do you think that has really come together? Because I know we didn't publicize it, but we did sit down before break, and you were talking to me about your confidence in this team is only growing. How do you feel about it now that your team's on the streak it's on?
Yeah, no, you're right, and those 2 guys are hit the nail on the head there. It's and we said this a while now that it was going to take some time,
right?
And you can kind of see guys, the more and more, they're getting in different roles, and they're starting to find their groove. Some of these guys, and they're finally starting. Some guys they get in a slump and then they get hot and they get in a slump. Well, now they're starting to become more consistent in their play. But it boils down to playing together as a team, as one unit.
Sure. And
those 3 games, I think. We lost that first game against the Wolves and then beat the Lumberjacks, another team that we had to even up the series. You can kind of see, like, hey, some of them was like, it's about time that we start, doing the little things that Coach was talking about, and not just me, but the staff as a whole. It comes down to playing as one group, and holding guys accountable. So, if you're working hard and you're gonna hold him, hey, I'm working hard, you need to work hard for me, and it was that mentality. We played well. We talked about that Wolves game that we lost. I mean, we outplayed them. It was just one of those games where it didn't go your way, and bounces weren't there, and they 2-1 hockey game, which is kind of weird in this league. But it's one of those things we haven't seen a whole lot of. It was a low-scoring game, but you know what? Like, the defense is stepping up and playing real well right now. The goaltending's playing well. The forwards now are scoring. We got a little bit more of a flow to scoring, and it just comes down to the hard work, guys. Everybody's chipping in, everybody's playing a part here in this, and in those 3 wins. It's a total group effort. It isn't just 1, 2, 3 guys. It's a total 20-man, 20 guys that are in jerseys. It's a complete effort there. So.
And I know we haven't had a whole lot of time to talk about it. You and I have off camera, but Anthony Starzy gets promoted up to the Philadelphia Rebels in the NAHL. We now playing against the Knights in the NAHL. We've seen that happen a couple times. Nick Peck has also been there, done that at least once. But it looks like Anthony's got a new home up there. Obviously, very skilled player here. Put up a lot of points. Talented kid. Great, person in this locker room for you guys. But what have you seen from your guys collectively that have been able to step in? Maybe not just the line guy, the line mate that you've put in next to Jake Fuss, but also just collectively as a group. How do you think they've done? But so far in terms of replacing that offensive and defensive presence.
I think the whole team has responded well to that, and they see their their battle buddy, get this opportunity and have the success, and see that, hey, he's been having success at this level, and he's getting this opportunity now. I think you kind of saw, especially in the showcase, you kind of saw guys really amp it up, really say, hey, you know what, like, things are working, and I want my opportunity. I got to do what he was doing, So, you saw a lot more guys kind of jump up and kind of fill that void. And you know what? Yeah, I mean, you sit there and you kind of looked at it a little bit, and you're like, oh, I wonder how this is going to work out. It's I don't think I sweated much. You know what I mean? It was obviously that's what we're here for.
Yeah. Right.
Getting these guys on to their next step, on the next level, college or the NA, and not just our team, but if anybody comes calling for them, we're going to give them an opportunity. So,
sure.
I'm not here to hold Anthony back, and that was, I think that's something that's good for us as a whole, and it's good for him. And I hope he, wished him nothing but the best of luck. I think he was a little bummed out, he missed it, and you know what? Hey, my hat's off to him, because the whole weekend there he was texting the boys and shooting me a message, hey, nice win, coach, like, way to get him. And but the effort all together as a whole, you can see a lot of guys jump up, a lot of guys picked it up a little bit and kind of pushed the tempo. And obviously, hey, I mean, 4-2 and a 4-0 hockey game, that's how many points a game does he average? Like 3 points a game. You know what I mean?
It's north of 2.
It was. So that differential was kind of covered there. So that's good to see, and hey, it's a good thing for these kids.
Absolutely.
Like I said, they see something. Their battle buddy is, having success. Hey, I got to do my part now, and I want the success that he's having. So what do I got to do now to get what he's got? So, no, it's kind of cool, it's special.
Now, you guys, as I mentioned, will be back in action on Sunday, back in division against the Philadelphia Junior Flyers. We've talked about consistency all year, and you guys have had some nice streaks where you put 3 or 4 wins together, and then you followed that up with some rocky stretches here and there. But, just in general, what do you need to see from your team still that you still want to work on? Obviously, every team's always trying to get better, but what do you want to see from your team moving forward to keep that streak going?
You know what, we have that opportunity to get over that hump here. And we've said that a few times this season.
Yep.
We have the opportunity to get over a hump. We have an opportunity to do this. This is our chance here to finally break that 3-game stretch. We've had a couple 3-game win streaks, and then we kind of fall off the cliff a little bit, and we have to go back to square one. So, we had a 2-week break. A little bit of rust here the past 2 days, but the boys looked refreshed. A lot of smiles on their faces coming in the building, which is always good to see. The boys are happy to be back. I was kind of chomping at the bit to get going again, and I think that leading into this 18 games here to finish out the regular season, I think there's a lot on the table for us to accomplish. And we kind of hit home on that yesterday a little bit in practice, and we talked about it again today. This is a division opponent that's right on our heels. They're right on our heels there for in points, and this is an opportunity to take that and kind of expand that lead here in the division and more so in the whole conference.
Right.
In our conference. Lock that 4th place up a little bit, more, and then even make that run for the 3rd spot. We can do it. It's there. So. Practice was yesterday kind of more getting on the ice. Today was a little bit more flow and getting back into it. But you can see that they got some drum to them. They look fresh and they look ready to go. I'm kind of excited for this, and it's a nice way to kind of come back in the break. Have a couple practices and play 1 game, and I think this is a big 2 points. So they know it. They're ready to go.
Well, the Knights will get back at it. They'll be chomping at the bit, as Coach said there. On Sunday afternoon, they'll be taking on the Philadelphia Junior Flyers in Philadelphia. You can check that game out on hockeytv.com or check out eastonhockeyleague.org or check out WBS Knights EHL on Twitter for live updates on those games. But Coach, thank you here for a couple minutes, and we wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Yep, thanks, Tim.